scoot back a little bit so I can get in the frame. No, don't stop. You have to keep going.
Don't stop, won't stop.
Scoot this back a little so we can see it's in the frame.
You ready?
Perfect. And here we go.
Hey everyone, welcome to Comics Price Guide presents Tales from the Geek. I am Aaron the Mechanic.
I'm Stevie J, and this is my Duck of Doom. See? It's right there.
It is. And we are here at Dragon's Lair.
It's not my real name, but it's what you're going to call me for this episode.
Stevie J?
Stevie J.
Okay. Hey, now that's your nickname.
Okay.
You're now Stevie J.
All right. I'm sure Steve Jackson will be very, very upset about that, but he probably doesn't watch anyway, so.
Bull, he probably does watch, and he's probably our biggest fan.
Steve, I've met you. I'm sorry if that offends you. I'll come to your headquarters and say I'm sorry.
He just wants to go.
Moving on. No, I've been there. It's really nice. They have a really nice place. Buy Steve Jackson games. Anyway, advertisement over.
And yeah, so let's...
We're at Dragon's Lair, Comics and Fantasy.
In Austin.
Yeah.
This is Stevie J.
No, it's not.
And... Just kidding. Anyway.
Yeah.
Comics?
Oh yeah, we have those things. Those are published by many companies, and they consist of roughly 22 pages in a bound format with art, like this one. It's called Grizzly Shark, and like the title would imply, it's about a grizzly bear shark thing.
Does this take place in the ocean or in the forest?
Yes.
Forest.
Yes, it does. See, there's a forest, but there's a shark fin right there, which implies there is a shark in the forest, acting like a grizzly bear, again, because of the title. It's really funny. It's got a lot of sort of juvenile humor, but it's
Wait, before he attacks, do you hear that da-dum?
No,
ba-dum,
because the comic book, you don't hear anything. It's a print medium.
Oh.
But, no, it's definitely interesting. It's very funny. It's got a lot of, like, weird, quirky personalities in it, and they're all trying to avoid this shark monster, and you can see that guy just got eaten. There's definitely a lot of, violence,
blood,
but it's like in such a comedic way that it's not really like, this is all gory and gross. It is, but it's done so like comedically,
funny.
It doesn't matter. So it's got some pretty stupid humor at some points, but not stupid like bad, stupid like that's a dumb joke. But
that's silly.
How did I not think of that?
Yeah.
You know, so it's really interesting, and it's done by Image Comics and Ryan Ottley, who I believe worked on Invincible for a little while, the Robert Kirkman series, I think. Tell me if I'm wrong about that. Just fire
comment down
me.
below. Just
fire me if I'm wrong about that.
Yell at him.
Ryan, if you're watching, you didn't
type.
work on Invincible. Sorry, you should have. Anyway, Grizzly Shark.
Because you're awesome.
Grizzly Shark, great series, great #1, very funny. So
check it out.
If you like bears and sharks.
Bears, sharks.
I was telling one of my friends she's a big fan of bears and sharks, and I was talking about Grizzly Shark, and she's like, nah, and I'm like, well, you have bad taste. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of good
just
taste,
called her out.
She's not watching. It's fine.
Are you sure?
No. Black Panther, though. So this is the new Black Panther solo series. It's gotten a lot of attention in the news because a journalist named is Ta-Nehisi Coates. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Sounds good.
He's a journalist. He's written for The Atlantic and a lot of stuff. He writes about social issues, especially as it relates to like African Americans and stuff like that. So it's really cool he's taking on Black Panther, who's like the coolest black superhero ever, in my opinion. And it's really interesting. It's his first comic book, and for being a first comic book, he did really well. I enjoyed this story a lot. It's about Black Panther. It's about his kingdom of Wakanda, and he sort of takes the throne back from his sister, who many bad things have happened to her. But his country's sort of fallen apart. His personal guard are sort of obeying his mother more now, and there's people, causing dissent, all sorts of stuff. So it's a really interesting sort of political story.
Yeah,
and
sounds like it.
He's sort of in the middle of it, obviously, because he's the king, and it's very, very interesting. A lot of people are really excited about Black Panther.
Yeah.
The Civil War's coming out.
I was just going to say that. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, very well timed. So it's really cool. He's an awesome character. So if you're very excited about that, Black Panther, awesome book. Probably my pick of the week, except for one thing I'll mention later.
Oh.
And this next book, which has one of my favorite characters of
all
all
good
time.
Books this week, though.
There's like 7 books I could mention, but I can only bring 3 on the show because we have a time constraint.
Yeah, but we can talk about the other ones.
We can, and we can talk about this one. This is Spider Women.
Ooh,
now,
what?
Those of you like me who are fans of the Spider mythos know that there was a crossover back, I think in 2013. Not
Fact
sure about
check us
that.
down below.
Fact check me on that one, Marvel Comics. Called Spider-Men, where Peter Parker and Miles Morales, when they lived in alternate universes, crossed over and they met each other. Flash forward to now, they're doing Spider-Women with Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, one of my favorite characters of all time. I have an action figure of her in my office. It's a whole thing.
I'm sure we probably take a picture of it.
I mean, I could bring it. I could grab it right now. Spider-Gwen,
5 minutes later.
who's sort of the breakout hit of the spiders nowadays. Spider-Gwen, people like her a lot, like her costume, a lot of cosplayers.
I like her costume.
And then Silk, who's sort of another new hero.
love Silk too.
So it's got some really interesting spider ladies. All three of the characters I really enjoy.
Spider ladies, spider women.
Ladies. Really awesome characters. It's great they're crossing over. They are tying in all their sorts of alternate universe shenanigans and different versions of themselves on each other's worlds, so it's really interesting.
I like crossovers.
Like I said, I love all three of these characters. Jessica Drew is like my favorite comic character of all time. So if you're like me, and you like her, and you like any of these people, and you like good art, because Joelle Jones does the art, and I love Joelle Jones as well, check this one out. Great book. It's going to be a crossover. It's going to happen in all three of their solo series as well. So if you read any of those, you'll get some crossover goodness as well.
Fun.
So this is just the start as I bend the page.
Now it's yours.
It's mine.
Now you own it.
This is mine. I'm going to buy it tomorrow.
Boom.
Anyway, we have some other stuff I can mention. Aaron, I do want to mention to you, have you heard of this movie? It came out a little while ago. It's called, I think, Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
What is that? What
it's
does that
some movie
mean?
that like Disney put out or something, but they made a comic about one of the characters. Some, useless pilot. His name's Poe Dameron or something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
They made a comic about him.
Sure, we can Google him.
Yeah,
right?
they made like a comic, and it's written and done by Marvel. It's
as if we didn't like dress up like all the characters
exactly.
and all that.
No, but Poe Dameron does get his own comic. It's starting this week. He's getting his own series of his own resistance action and stuff like that. So it's really cool. Very enjoyable.
Okay, so that's definitely gonna have to be
and then
fun.
Oh yeah, definitely gotta pick that one up. We got a lot. We actually had one of our reps from our distributors. They're like, "Are you sure you want this many copies of Poe Dameron?" I'm like, "Yes,
yes, we do. This will just cover our store."
We sell hundreds of copies of those, so everyone's really excited about that.
Hey, did you know the DVD's coming up?
I did.
Yeah, like
I
now.
knew that.
It's out
DVD
now.
and Blu-ray of Force Awakens. So
yeah. Sorry,
go buy that.
I was just thinking about
You can buy that here in a little while because I think I can order it like tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Come pick it up here. And then we had one more book I wanted to mention.
Oh, yeah,
if you're a fan of Steven Universe, the kids show.
I know you are.
I love Steven Universe. It's a great show. And I'm not just saying that because it's funny. I'm saying it because it legitimately is a great show. But they have a new original graphic novel they put out this week called Too Cool for School. And I don't have a copy of it right now. But it's some new original Steven Universe stories with him and the Gem. So if you got a young reader or if you're a fan of Steven Universe, go pick that one up. It's really cheap too.
Too Cool for School.
Too Cool for School. We got like a bunch of them here. So we got a big Steven Universe crowd here as well. So great show, great book. Pick that up.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
So I guess that's pretty much all for our comics this week.
That's all for the comics, but we do have news. And speaking of news, there was some guy who did the weather.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Loki was gonna be.
I got this segue thing down. There was in Chicago, on Chicago's Fox 32 station. Tom Hiddleston went on as an April Fool's Day thing and did the news as Loki, which was really...
That is so
You gotta
funny.
go find the video.
Watch it.
I'm sure Aaron can find it.
I will put the link. It is so
you gotta
funny.
check it out. It's hilarious. He blames all the thunderstorms on his brother. It's hysterical. So go check that out.
Of course.
It was probably one of the best April Fool's things. It wasn't even really a prank. It was just a fun thing they did.
Yeah.
It was very funny. So.
I mean, it's kind of a it's
a
different.
A little bit. But it was,
nobody.
It was very funny. It was very cool. There was a lot of funny April Fool's Day
I know.
stuff.
Unfortunately for Google, I don't think their Gmail one went as the way they planned.
No, Google had a hard time. There were some really good ones from was it Berkeley Breeze that did the Calvin and Hobbes one, I think, where they're like, Calvin Hobbes is coming back, and everyone's like, oh my god, and it's like, oh wait, it's April Fool's. I saw the one you posted on Facebook where everyone was like, they're doing a Cloak and Dagger and She-Hulk series on Netflix. Everyone's like, oh my god, and then it was April 1st, of course.
Sorry guys.
So it was a fun one. A lot of people had some really fun jokes, and so you gotta wake up on those days and just be like, I can't trust anything I say or hear today. So. There was some other cool stuff I saw. I don't know if you watched The Walking Dead, but apparently
watched in a few seasons.
This past episode, the finale of this most recent season was when Negan finally showed up. Super bad dude, and he brought out his bat wrapped in barbed wire and murdered somebody. I don't know who. I don't know who. They didn't show who.
Oh wait, that can't be the finale though, is it?
It's definitely the finale.
Oh my gosh, you have to wait all that time to figure out who
leaving it on that cliffhanger, so. again, it's not really a spoiler because he didn't really show you who he hit and killed and murdered, and he does that in the comics to somebody. But
are they going to follow the comics or not?
That's the question. I think some people are pretty sure one way or the other on who he may have beaten to death, but Jeffrey Dean Morgan played him, and he did a fantastic introduction as Negan. He's got this sort of smarmy jerk down who's also ready to just murder you with a baseball bat.
Oh,
He's
terrifying.
He was a great casting choice. So if you watch The Walking Dead, sorry if I spoiled you, but
I mean, don't really, because
it's in the comics. It's been that way for 5 years.
And
so.
you still didn't say who, because we don't know. Technically, we don't know who it's gonna be.
Negan is very cool and very, very awful. So
cool and awful.
Yeah, definitely excited for that one.
What other news?
I saw some set photos from Doctor Strange the other day.
Ooh.
It was very interesting. As you know, Benedict Cumberbatch is playing.
Yes,
Doctor Strange.
I love him.
I'm less than enthused about that casting because I really
love him, though.
I wish Pedro Pascal would have been cast. He's a great actor. I think he's great. But anyway, that's my personal opinion. But
Tell
I
us
did
what
see,
you think down below.
Yeah, who do you
always.
think should be Doctor Strange? I did see some set photos, which are really interesting. They had a little short video as well. It was him as Doctor Strange, and I'm going to mispronounce his name. I'm sorry, dude. You're a great actor, I'm sure. But Chiwetel Ejiofor. He's playing Mordo, I think. And they were in New York, and they were running away from like some ninjas or some monks or something. And then Mads Mikkelsen, who played Hannibal, was like following them or something. It was really weird, but I'm really excited because
the pictures were good.
Those are three pretty good actors, and the pictures and their costumes are incredible.
Amazing.
So
I mean, I'm pretty sure he posted some of those.
Yeah,
too.
Doctor Strange's costume is hard to pull off, I think.
Yeah.
But they did a pretty good job, and he even does the little like rock hands thing to do his magic and stuff. So it's very fun to see.
Because it's gonna be good.
Yep. And then I think the last bit of news I have that I found was that Jessica Henwick, who was on Game of Thrones, and
I can't wait for that to come
The
out.
Force Awakens, she played like a she played like a pilot, I think, in The Force Awakens, and she was one of the Sand Snakes in Game of Thrones. She's gonna play Colleen Wing in Iron Fist, which is awesome if you're like me, because Misty Knight is gonna be in Luke Cage, which means they could be the Fearless Defenders, which is a great comic storyline. So
now you have it all planned out. Good job.
Yeah, I know Netflix's thing. I know what they're doing. It's fine. My dad works for Marvel. He does.
That's not
really.
real.
It's like when you're.
I was like, that's not real.
It's like when
I'm starting to get when he's lying.
It's like when you're a kid and you say like your uncle works for Nintendo. It's like I know this, but it's really cool that they're putting both of them in so they can do the Fearless Defenders. I think that'll be a really interesting.
Hopefully
addition.
they have it next time we come back because I've been wanting to.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the news we have, right?
I think that's all I have. I'm looking at my little paper down here. I don't see anything else because we don't make this up. We have a script. Behind the curtain. Anyway, I think that's all I've got.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to pass this off to our cosplay tips and tricks.
Those people.
And we will catch you guys next week.
Yay! It's time for cosplay things.
Cosplay things?
Exactly that.
Like wigs?
Yes, like wigs. Today we have the joys of attempting to dye a synthetic wig. So, as I think I mentioned in my intro, like I consider like every one of my costumes a work in progress, and I'm definitely always like learning and improving.
I think we're all right there with you. That's kind of how cosplaying goes.
So, I was for a long time, every time I did Harley, I dyed my hair with like temporary dyes. And I hated it. I was gonna say,
that sounds like a really long process every time.
It just, it kind of got to the point where it wasn't worth it, like, on a number of levels. So, even though I was super intimidated by wigs, never worked with wigs before, Joker Aaron and I...
Yeah, not me, other Aaron.
Don't fall capable. Decided to attempt this. So the Harley that I have is a New 52 Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. Mm-hmm. And so she has like the blue and the red pigtails. Yeah. And so I got a white wig and we were going to dye it. We
looks good.
Yeah. Well, so if you want the full story about this wig, it's not so much it's a long story. So, but it's totally on our Facebook page, which I don't think.
No, you didn't mention it.
Yes. Okay. So you can definitely check out our Counterpoise Cosplay Facebook page. The link will be somewhere.
Right after this or right
around
before.
In a place. And eventually we're going to set up a Tumblr. But there is a little photo story involving this lovely wig.
Dyeing it, I'm guessing?
Dyeing it, yes. So, I don't have my Sharpie with me. So we tried the Sharpie method first, which we had like looked up and read about, and like it was recommended for even like the wig that we like bought the place from. They were like, this is
use Sharpie.
good. Yeah. So it's mixing Sharpie ink with rubbing alcohol, and you kind of like spray it on. It worked for the blue.
Nice.
We could not, for the life of us, get it to work for the red.
What happened to the red?
It just, like, it wouldn't get dark enough. Like, red is just a difficult color no matter what you're doing with it, whether it's painting or dyeing or anything. Red's just hard. So we reached out to the local Austin cosplay community. And as I mentioned before,
SOS.
our community is awesome, and somebody recommended that we try purchasing actual dye. Just like, and not actual dye, actual ink, like ink dye. So rather than getting the ink out of the Sharpies, we went to Jerry's here in Austin, and we got ink, which was super cool. It did end up working. We will probably be attempting to re-dye this wig, not this wig, but we're probably going to attempt this again in some form or fashion, and I definitely will let y'all know how that goes.
Yes, we want updates.
Yeah, so
we want methods, we want fails, and things that worked.
So I've been looking at some other ways to dye synthetic wigs, so I'm gonna try some other ones out and let y'all know how it goes. The ink did work. I probably can't wash this wig though.
Yeah. I would not recommend.
Which usually you should wash your wigs. One thing I do like about like using this method of dyeing is that you can get like on the blue side, you probably can't see in the video, but there's like purples and like different shades of blue, and the same going on the red, so it looks a little bit more natural than just like
straight one color.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make a wig that's a little bit more like movie Harley.
Yeah.
We'll let you know how it goes. I'm gonna try some different methods. Sharpie didn't work for the red, did work for the blue, although we did also do the blue in ink once we got the ink. But yeah, 24 red Sharpies later and it still wasn't red.
Oh my god, that is so many.
Yeah.
So what about acting tips or anything like that do you have?
Today's acting tip. So, my acting tip for today, something to think about for any character that you're cosplaying, is simply how they stand. How I stand when I'm cosplaying Power Girl is like it's like a wider stance and kind of like steadier stance than like when then when I'm cosplaying Harley, I tend to like, I always have like a hip cocked and like, you know, like my center of gravity is kind of always not really like, I'm not here, like I'm
powerful and standing there.
Yeah, it's more about like the angles with Harley where like Power Girl's like stands. So yeah, and I know, so definitely think about how your character stands. Different characters definitely do stand different ways to give off different energy.
And if you can't think of it, go look it up. Go check out comic books or videos or Google.
Definitely use your source material. Also, if you want to shoot me a message, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
That's what we have for this week, so we'll catch you guys next week. Tongue-tied.